What are you
Me?
drinking?
Coffee.
Okay, we're doing an episode on drinking. You were supposed to make a drink.
Does yours have any alcohol in it?
I don't know. Kathy does not have any alcohol in it. Yes. White rum and triple sec.
Wow, look at you go.
Damn.
And I'm not even the one that drinks. Welcome, everyone, to this episode of Tupid Talk, where we're going to discuss drinking and games. I can't get the drink to show up now. And apparently, I'm the only one that brought a drink. Chris is having coffee, and Jonathan's having a Coke.
Who says there's nothing in my Coke?
Good point. Thank you for joining us, and hope you enjoy the episode. For sure, now it shows up. Hi, Tupid.
Hey, Tupid.
Hey, Tupids.
So, drinking alcohol. You remember that time when I got drunk?
The nectar of the gods. Actually, I do remember the time your tongue was numb.
You guys were supposed to say no, and I'm like, well, how fucking drunk were you?
Yes, Jerry is not much of a drinker. He has had drinks in the past.
I like fruity drinks. You can
Fruit drinks.
Kind of see.
Yeah. Stop that.
Trying to get it in the picture, and the whole virtual background's fucking it up.
Yes.
Yes. So, go on.
I was going to say, the time I felt, I think it was my 30th birthday party that you actually drank.
Yes, because you had a keg.
Yes.
I don't remember what was in it. I don't like beer.
That was beer, but you had wine coolers.
Yep.
That's what I had? Okay.
Seagram's wine coolers. Now, I want to say, I'm pretty sure this was the infamous night of the slap, too, was it not?
Oh, fucking A, that's right.
Because that's why. I'm pretty sure that's why.
You didn't have a keg that night. We were drinking bottles. We were drinking bottles that night up in Georgia.
It wasn't Georgia.
No, it wasn't Georgia. It was St. Albans Bay.
St. Albans Bay.
Yeah.
St. Albans Bay.
Because we were renting that little house.
Yep.
Down by the bay.
Down by the river.
But anyway,
in the backyard.
So my 30th, there was a few people there, but Jerry had 2 or 3 coolers, and it was the first time he was ever drunk that I know of. Might be the only.
I wasn't drunk.
He says that. He still says that.
I had none of the effects other than my tongue going numb.
That usually comes after some of the other effects.
He's like, my tongue is numb. Is that supposed to happen?
I just didn't. It was a weird sensation. I didn't think I was drunk. I mean,
well, you didn't overindulge, which is that's a good thing.
Yeah, no. I've seen you guys long enough, long before. I know when you overindulge.
When have I overindulged in alcohol?
Oh, I'm going to get to that.
We'll get to that one there, because I can remember one in particular.
Hopefully it's not the same one I remember, Jonathan.
I don't know if you were there for the Skittle.
I remember hearing about it. I don't know if I was there, but let's let Chris finish.
I'm not sure I was there.
Oh, yeah, you were. You were, because you and I ended up with a competition head-to-head, literally.
Oh, that was, okay, I know what one you're talking about. Yeah, but that was unfair. That was one of his drinking Southern Comfort. We shouldn't have done that.
All right, one story at a time. 30th birthday party. We're playing games. I don't remember them. I think they were drinking games. We were probably playing Asshole. And, I don't remember what else we played, but I do remember.
I think we played Asshole for the bulk of it.
Yeah. And I don't even remember. Oh, shit. Just remembered something. May have to redo the intro.
Just go.
I wanted to put a disclaimer in there that, hey, don't let kids watch this.
You could do that with text.
That's true.
This is our lovely IT department, folks.
Middle of the episode, let's just add stuff.
That's what I do. 30th birthday party, playing Asshole.
Yes.
May or may not have been a keg.
The 30th definitely had a keg.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I
The
didn't
30th did. No, you weren't. No, you didn't like beer because you like the frou-frou drinks.
I still
Nothing
don't
wrong
like
with
beer.
that.
Nope.
But yeah, you were. I'm pretty sure it was Seagram's coolers that you were.
Oh
drinking.
yeah, that's what he drank.
Yep.
Yep. Back then, yeah, I remember drinking coolers. I liked coolers.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that was like I said, you had 2 or 3 of them in one sitting. So that was the most I had ever seen you drink.
It's probably
Yeah,
the most I have
definitely.
drank of coolers.
Probably.
Yeah. So further on into the evening, I don't remember what Jonathan was drinking or.
Oh, I was
what
drinking beer because I showed up late and Chris was already like 2 in, so I had to catch up to him.
That's what it was. Okay. Were we still playing Asshole or?
Not at the time. I'm presuming we're talking about the infamous slap.
Well, that was a different game, but yes,
Yeah, it
I'm
was.
trying not to determine when you showed up. And,
Yeah, we were. Yeah,
trying to catch up.
Chris was just. Everybody was just visiting when we showed up,
Okay.
but he was already 2 in, so I had to catch up.
No, we were in the living room playing Gestures at that time.
Yep.
Horrible game.
Yep.
And that
That was
might have
later
been-
on in the evening. That was about 4 or 5 in.
And that might have been the infamous jockey time too.
I believe that was the same game.
I believe it was.
So for those of you who might not know what the game Gestures is, you have this little slate-looking thing that has 4 or 5 cards in the top.
Jerry,
What?
you make movies.
I said slate.
Slate thing. You like this little slate thing. I'm like,
On the clapboard.
thank you. I'm like, you make
Well,
freaking movies, dude.
I think they call it a slate too. But
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's not a slate thingy.
well, I didn't think it was an actual slate because it's just the mechanism. It's not like a movie. But I was explaining what has the arm.
Yeah.
The reason for the arm is after you put the cards in, a certain amount of time you play in teams, and you try to get your teammates to say the word you're looking at, and obviously you can only mime. You can't say any words or anything like that. You have to try to get them to say that word. If they don't say the word in time, the little card drops through, and then you have to move on to the next one, and so on and so forth until they all drop. So we're playing this game, and Jonathan is up. And
Well, no.
no,
You were up.
well, I'm talking about the slap, not jockey.
Oh. Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know how much you remember, Jonathan.
Oh, I remember.
Okay, well, go ahead. You tell it then.
So
Because I really need to understand this from your point of view. All I know is
I don't really know why the slap came in, but
Oh, I do.
I was trying to
the
get.
alcohol is quite obviously the answer to that one.
Oh yeah, definitely. And my word was sky, and the other ones before that weren't being guessed.
So they were
So I
dropping.
grabbed Jerry and I dragged him outside.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Yes,
no,
I did.
he did. But so what happened was you were trying to get us to guess sky. And
Right.
Jerry said everything but sky. He was like roof, ceiling, paint, drywall, whatever. He just went on and on. And the time ran out. So your turn was that round was done. That's when you didn't say a
Oh.
word. You grabbed him and you pulled him outside. And Jerry, of course, we think it's the same where he had like 3 coolers. So
Yeah,
probably
it
explains
was.
why there wasn't a fight that night. But Jonathan brings him outside, never says a word. He just points up. And Jerry looks up and he goes, Sky? He goes, thank you, and just hauls off and cracks him full across the face. And Jerry's just stunned, and I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, I think I'm about to see them fight.
I said, thank you.
Yes, you said.
Yes, you said thank you and walked
Then
back in. Yeah.
Thank you. And I walked
Yeah.
back in. Yep.
Yeah.
And Jerry's just like,
What?
I ought to kick his ass.
I oughta. Yep. Yeah. Went back inside. Of course, the cards had already fallen, so it didn't matter at this point. But
Oh, yeah, no, like I said, it was done when he did it. Because
Yeah.
his turn was done.
yeah.
I didn't remember it being done. I remember pointing at, dragging him outside, pointing up, and
Yeah.
thank you.
I think that was the last one, and that dropped, and so
Yeah.
you're done.
It was
at that
long.
point, so.
It was long gone by that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But later, Chris is up.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with drinking.
Oh yeah,
We
it
can move
does.
on to the next
No,
drinking story.
It definitely has something to do with drinking, because I don't think you would have done that sober.
No,
He's
probably
calling
not.
through the cards and he's putting them in. And he's like, he looks at me and he goes, "You better fucking get this one quickly." And he proceeds to do the jockey thing. And dumbass me, instead of lounging in the beauty of watching this and be like horse and saying anything else, I immediately got jockey, which obviously ended the show for everyone. But luckily, nobody was too drunk to remember it, so it lives on.
Very much so.
Yeah. We always try to get Chris to reenact it, but apparently we just haven't got him drunk enough to do it.
I don't even know if there's enough alcohol here for that.
Right?
Mm-mm.
The 30th birthday party.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Jonathan, you seemed to remember something from
Way back.
Skittles. What are we? How far are we talking back?
High school.
Wow, no. Technically. You talking about prom night, right?
No, this was before prom night. This was one of the other parties we had down there.
At the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
go on. 'Cause
Down
I
at the
don't know if
camp. And can't remember if Jerry was there, but you and I were drinking. I don't even remember what we were drinking, but it wasn't Southern Comfort because the girls got into the Southern Comfort.
Well, that was prom night.
Yes, that was when one of our friends got
Yes.
not prom night.
Oh.
No, this was a different time because Ian was there, right?
Yeah.
Ian, Louise,
Yeah, the crew.
the crew. I don't remember. I think Ian's brother Kyle was there.
That was the Skittle point.
Okay,
Huh.
and
Of the
you're
one I'm
then
talking about.
you're thinking of the same story that I am then.
Yeah,
Well, somebody
that
tell it
wasn't
because I don't
prom night.
remember.
So
That wasn't prom night because I didn't get
No.
that hammered prom night.
No. It definitely was not prom night. It was one of the after I don't know, summer parties
Yeah,
or
prom
something.
night. Prom night, we spent the night on the beach. We didn't sleep inside.
There wasn't a lot of drinking prom night, or at least not for
Well,
Yeah,
us that I
no,
remember.
but it wasn't
No.
that bad.
No.
Because the night I'm talking about, we went out. We were outside because we were getting wood for the fireplace.
Yep.
And when you and I, Chris, went back in, Louise and Trish decided that they could drink. Well, Louise decided she could drink as much as Trisha.
Shot for shot.
Yeah. And by the time you and I got in, there was only a shot for each of us.
Yeah,
out
but
of
no,
the
we had
Southern
some of them
Comfort.
before they got into their drinking. That's what I'm saying with the SoCo.
We didn't have much. They drank almost the entire fifth that night.
Yeah.
That I'm
Oh, no,
talking.
I know.
You and I were drinking. We were mixing. That was one of the worst parts. Is we were
Well,
drinking
that's- we had-
beer. We were drinking wine coolers. We were drinking liquor.
Yeah.
And you and I all of a sudden got so bad that you and I shared the same trash can,
Yeah, that was
head
bad.
to head.
Well, see, what I
Because the
remember.
only thing that was holding us each up was we were leaning on each other's heads.
Well, see, what I remember, I didn't know that was you. For some reason, I thought that was Kyle. And I remember
No.
Chris. Well, let me tell you my thought. Maybe this happened again. Because Kyle was throwing up in the garbage can, and smart ass Chris comes bouncing over, and he's like, "Yeah, see, how do you like it?" And then proceeded to throw up right next to him. Maybe that was you, but
That might have been the same night. I do remember what you're
I think
talking
that was
about.
later.
Yeah, I think
That
it
was later
because
after
Kyle was
Chris and I
laughing at
did,
us.
yes.
we got up and they came in and I said, about time. And we had Skittles. I remember the Skittles because I picked up a Skittle and said, about time. And I went, wing. And it took Kyle right in the freaking forehead, dead center. And he's like, what the? And then he was laughing because Chris pointed out what him and I had just gotten done doing
Right.
in the trash can.
Right.
And had to make sure he showed Kyle. That's when Kyle started laughing at us.
Yeah.
And then later on, it was Kyle's turn.
Kyle's turn.
Yeah, that was a bad night.
Yeah,
Don't
that was
mix.
a bad night.
Never mix.
I have to give us credit because, I remember there was never any question or doubt or problem that when we got together, you knew exactly what you were there for. If you were going to drink, you handed over your keys.
Yeah.
Nobody drove. You knew you were staying the night. No one ever argued. Everyone was responsible, and that's not common today. I mean, it might not have been common then, but
I don't think it was then either.
It wasn't common then either.
with our friends, I don't even remember having to be a discussion. It was just like, this is it. Everybody's like, yep, here you go. And there was never an issue.
I think we had a fish bowl or a bowl at the camp.
Yeah.
And if anybody started drinking, they put their keys in it.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah. I think you guys made me the keeper of the keys at one point because obviously I wasn't
Yes.
really drinking.
Right. Ever.
Yeah, because even if you did drink, you only had one or two, so we always knew that you were.
Yeah, even that was rare though.
Yeah, no.
back
Back then,
You almost never.
I hadn't tried many things like daiquiris and.
Yeah, you would try something of somebody else's, but you never really had
my own.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
What's that?
I said, all right. So I'm trying to think now. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, of course, there's a few stories from Maryland.
Oh, yep.
But my buddy Danny from Maryland has reached out.
You might want to save those for Danny.
Yep. Has reached out and would like to be a guest on Tupid Talk.
Now, Jonathan, you knew Danny too, right? When you were down there?
Yeah, barely. So what happened when Jonathan was down there, it was Freddie that we hung out with mostly.
Freddie is the one I was thinking of.
And Dean.
Yep.
And Dean. And then
Danny, I didn't know.
No, he came into the picture kind of after you left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Freddie kind of left, and Danny and
Dean.
me started hanging out, and then Stephanie and Trisha hit it off, so we were always together.
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So he wants to be a guest on Tupid Talk at some point. So
Awesome.
I said, I'm sure we can make that happen.
Awesome. Yeah. That's great.
I know I can bring up this one because I know he wasn't there for it. There was one particular night that we had a party that
Where? Where?
In Maryland.
Yeah. Where was the party? Whose house?
Yours.
Okay.
Ours. I was living there at the time.
Yeah.
And Trish was feeling okay. And I was feeling okay. But I didn't quite realize how okay Trisha was feeling. So she came out by the pool, and I was in the pool. We were swimming and everything else, and I made the motion that I was going to splash her, and she says, "Oh, you don't want to do that." And I laughed at her. And, of course, I was feeling no pain, so I said, what the hell?
Not at that time.
So I splashed her feet, thinking, that's funny anyways. I just splashed her feet. Yeah. She looked at me and she smiled, and then she went back in the house. And the next thing I know, she knocks on the window of my bedroom, which faced the pool, and holds up a tall, and I mean tall glass of water, and smiles. So I get out and I look in the room, and she takes that glass of water and she pours it all down the middle of my bed.
Well,
So,
you had it coming.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
you did.
oh crap.
You
But
learned your...
the funnier part was about 15 minutes, a half an hour later or whatever, Freddie's gonna hook up with this girl and asks if he can use my bedroom. And I said, sure, go ahead. Knowing my bed was soaked anyway, so they weren't gonna go on to bed. And he goes in there, and all of a sudden you hear the ruckus on the inside of him going, what the hell? And next morning he comes out and he goes, dude, your bed is all wet. And I'm like, what did you do? And I blamed it all on him. I'm like, dude, you better not have puked in my bed. I knew exactly what it was. And Trisha's joke on me kind of backfired, but it was still pretty funny.
That is funny.
Oh yeah, no, she said no problem. I got this covered.
Yep.
She did.
Yep.
But
I remember that pool. I do remember.
Oh, it
going
was
down
a
to
great
visit.
setup.
That was fun. Yep.
yeah, no,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was an in-ground pool, all fenced in. It was
Yep.
nice.
Yep. The house was too. It wasn't real big. It wasn't real small.
Well, it was a little small, but I mean, at the time we bought it, it was just me and her.
Yeah.
Then you had moved down, and for I don't know, a couple of years anyway.
8 months.
Oh, really? That's all it was?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
I moved down January 1st, and I moved home pretty much when you got married.
Yeah.
It was. You guys came home. We all came home. You got married, and I went back down while you were on your week honeymoon. And when you guys were coming back from your honeymoon, I was leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we were down there 7-ish years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 years, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of parties down there too.
I
Till the
bet.
one that ended them.
Oh no. Is that one we can talk about? I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, we might want to save that. Maybe Danny was there, so we can probably talk about that.
That's probably
then,
a better one. Yeah,
I'll have to prep them.
get the sign off first.
I wasn't there for that one.
No, that was after. Like I said, that was years later. That one. That was actually a pretty big party too, and I think what the hell, Charlie, my neighbor Charlie. I always called him Uncle Charlie. He was older, semi-retired, but the man, he was very cool. Man had every tool known to man, and it's like if I ever needed anything, it's like, hey, Uncle Charlie, you got one of these? Yeah, sure. Hang on a minute, and he'd go in his garage and dig it out.
Nice.
But he knocked on the door a few times. Said, if you don't mind, could you keep it down a little bit? Yeah, no problem. But it was nice because he and if he asked, we did.
Right.
But it was rare that he came over. But sometimes parties would go a little later than they probably should. People get a little louder than they probably should. So
not us. not anybody we hang out with. Yep.
yeah.
Well, I remember back in, pretty sure we were all out of school, and we used to go over to Jonathan's house. I don't know where the hell your parents were, but they weren't home. Maybe they'd gone on vacation. Either in Florida or visiting down in Massachusetts with the aunt or the sister.
Yeah, I think I was in college.
Yeah, and you came home. And,
Right, I would come home on weekends and stuff.
Yeah, and you guys were doing, what was it, B-52, and you were lighting
Fuzzy
up
Mothers.
Fuzzy Mothers. So you know it better, but I remember that you guys were doing those.
Oh, whew. Those are start you off quick. That's a good starting and finishing shot right there.
Kind of all in one.
Yep. So that was, and now Bacardi doesn't even make 151 now.
Oh,
They
really?
stopped making it. Yeah, someone else is making it, Cruzan or somebody. But so you used to take mezcal tequila.
You're
half
actually
full.
going to tell them the recipe?
Well, yeah. You fill a shot glass half full of that, then use a spoon.
3/4 full.
And then you use a spoon to float 151 on top of it, light it up. Just a note, don't let it burn too long because it gets hotter in the bench really quick.
Make sure you blow it out before you drink it.
Yes.
Generally, that's the way to do it. But the problem with 151, there was a few. So I had a bar room in Maryland as well. A theme here. And I remember one night where people had showed up from work, and a little impromptu party, and about 5 or 6 of us. Trish was tired; she went to bed, and
I think that was down when I was living there.
I was entertaining, and we were making Fuzzy Mothers, and then someone else wanted to make it. One of the girls decided she wanted to make it, and she spilled it half over the bar. So, I mean, it wasn't good, of course. So they do their shots, and then they're like, "Oh, want another one." And there's other girl who hadn't had any. This is like, "Oh, well, I want one now." So we were explaining, don't let it burn too long, just blow it out and shoot it. Well, so light it up on the bar. She just staring at him like, "Well, you better blow it out." So she didn't even pick it up. So she was a little far away from it. When she blew, it just splattered the flaming liquid onto the bar.
Oh, no.
And my whole bar started to burn. Like it just lit on fire like in the movies. I said, that's not good. So I grab a towel and I'm beating it out. And I had some sort of Formica or topper or something. So it didn't hurt it or anything because it didn't last that long. But it was funny. It's like, some bitch is going to burn my bar down. But
no, I wasn't there for that one.
yeah, no, that was interesting. I think my wife came out at one point, hours later. Are you gonna go to bed at some point? And I'm like, well, they're still here. She's like, kick them out.
Exactly. Show them the door.
Yeah, so I went back in. I said, all right, guys, we got to call it a night. But yeah, that was the first time I ever had my bar on fire.
I don't remember. Was that in the one with the pool?
Yeah, with the pool table. I had a pool table in there too.
Yeah. Well, what I was
one. I had a little 6-foot table.
Because I also remember you guys lived at an apartment complex somewhere.
Yeah, we couldn't do anything there.
Yeah. Because there was a condos or apartment style, and that you obviously must have had the house after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I moved down. I moved down before we moved.
Yes.
I moved down in January.
Yeah, because you were living in the condo with us for a little while because you had the freaking probe, that white probe.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't really party in the condo because
the
walls were paper thin.
Attached neighbors.
And we had this freaking old lady on one side. And
she was a bitch.
She was. And we had this young yuppie on the other side, and he'd slam his door, and she'd complain about us. And we're like, it's not us. Him.
Yeah.
But we were the younger ones, so, because, we're 22.
Yeah.
Trish was 22, I was 23.
Yeah. Yep.
Something like that.
Well, I do remember you guys rollerblading in the parking lot, and somebody bit somebody's head, or I don't remember what happened.
Oh, I headbutted Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yep.
accidentally
First time I
in the
ever got
nose,
into
broke
actually
his
playing
nose.
rollerblade, broke my freaking nose.
Hey, it's a physical game. What do you want?
Hey, all I'm proud of is you were bleeding at the end. That's all
Yeah.
that matters. It could have been only a half-inch cut, but you were bleeding. That's
Yep.
better than normally. Everybody else is bleeding, and Chris is just going, "What the hell?"
It's terrible when one of your challenges in life is to make Chris bleed.
I don't understand that.
Yep.
Doesn't seem right to me.
Because you're the one that usually always got us into the shit to make us bleed.
Yeah.
Did I though?
Yeah, I remember one time you and Mike were wrestling on my hill in my backyard, and you were dragging him down the hill, and of course he didn't want to go, so he reached up to get grab onto the grass, and he punched me square
punched you in the
nose.
face.
Instant blood everywhere. yeah. See, yeah. This is why we want to make Chris bleed. Laughs
Chris
at
didn't
you.
do it.
No.
I never touched you.
No, you didn't. But you were pulling down the guy that did.
That is not my problem. You have to be spatially aware.
Yeah. My bad.
That's what I thought. You should have never been that close.
Nope. Nose hasn't worked right since.
Yeah, Jonathan's we had the set. Or did they do it there?
I don't know.
No.
I thought we tried to do it there in the parking
I
lot.
went, well, no, we weren't sure if it was really broke or not because it just wouldn't stop bleeding. And then
Right.
we went, I remember Freddie going, well, I found Chris's glasses. And you went, what do you mean? I'm not wearing any of my glasses. And I said, well, those are mine, you freaking fool. And that's what cut you because when we hit,
Your frame, yep.
my frame slit to the side of your face. And then I got back to the house and Trisha she says, if that doesn't stop bleeding by 11 o'clock, you're going to the hospital. And I said, I'll be fine. And it was 10:58. It stopped bleeding. So she went to bed. And I got to not have to go to the hospital. But then I ended up going to the hospital like a week later because when I was at work, I clipped the tip of my nose.
Yep.
And it started bleeding all over the place again. So I said, I better get that checked. And they told me that I had broke it right at the tip.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, you didn't break it. Somebody else did.
He ran into me. I don't know. Yeah.
You
I
ran
had the
into
ball.
me. I had the ball.
See, this is where he misremembers all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
Yeah. I know there was, like we said, there was drinking at the prom night, but I don't remember anything.
No, there wasn't any.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
do.
It was very minor from what I remember.
What?
Well, it was except for I got somebody else to help me, and we were down on a beach and we had the bonfire going, and there was a big old doghouse sitting over in a corner that I decided didn't need to be on the beach anymore. So I got somebody to help me. We went through that on the fire, shingles and all. Shingles, insulation, and the flames, they probably could have seen them flames from New York because they were high. They were way high.
Yeah, I remember you guys had to keep kicking sand on me to put my put the fire out.
so
That was
close
laying
to
on me.
You were
Yeah.
sleeping. We weren't kicking sand, though. We were picking it up by the handfuls and just throwing it on you.
Yeah. So I fell asleep by the bonfire.
Yeah.
You woke up in the morning covered in sand, couldn't figure out what the hell happened.
And in recent years, we've been doing a lot of Jello shots for different games. So we would play Pong, and then we had another one called Battle Shots, where I had those big cardboard boxes. Yeah,
Pizza
that was
boxes
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like Battleship, but you had like a, I don't know, 12 grid box.
Yeah.
4 or 16 4x4 or something, and
Yeah.
you put like 3 shots, Jello shots on the board, and you call out A1 or B4, and if it was a shot, you had to take it.
Yeah. I do remember. I never played that, but I remember you guys playing it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I played the pong, beer pong, or
Yep.
Jello shot pong, or whatever you want to call it. But
Shot pong.
yeah, whoever I was playing with had to do the did the shots.
Yep. Yeah, we didn't care if someone wasn't drinking, but your partner had to pick up the slack.
Yeah, I don't remember because I don't remember any other. Like I said, at Jonathan's house is when I remember us drinking at somebody's house, or at least you guys were doing shots and stuff. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, we'd do shots before going to the movies or whatever because we'd have you drive.
yeah,
Yep.
So we'd take a fuzzy for the evening to go to the movies, come back, start drinking, play
Yeah.
games, poker.
yeah. I remember playing poker. I think were we at camp? We played poker with like change, pennies, quarters, whatever.
Yeah,
And we played until like the sun came up the next morning.
it's
And
happened.
I remember
We've
going
done that at
for
Chris's house on the kitchen table quite a few times.
yeah. There were a lot of fun games. There was a 2-card guts, 3-card guts. I don't even remember how to play it, but I just remember
Oh,
that.
I could tell you. Guts is a classic.
Yeah, that was fun.
But oh yeah, no, there's a lot of poker games. Before the Texas Hold'em game got so popular, there was tons of other games that.
Oh yeah.
And we play. Geez, for a long time when I first moved back here, me, my brother, and a few of his friends, we got together in the wintertime about once a week, play cards.
Yep.
We play for change. This long
Yep.
before we used chips or anything.
Yep.
And that was a
I
a
remember
lot of
going
fun.
to Jeff's house and playing cards.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Just down the street from where I am now.
Yep.
Oh right.
Yeah, because he was in there.
He was
Yep.
in there. Yep.
Yeah, for quite a few years actually.
Jonathan, you may remember Chris, Trish, Kathy, myself, and Chuck went on a cruise to Bermuda, and we decided that I don't remember where we had the first Rum Swizzle. Was it on the ship?
Well, now we had done research ahead of time,
So,
because
yeah.
me and Kathy have been
From that
talking
point.
about. Because I'm all about the rum. So
Yeah.
anytime I go to the Caribbean or Bermuda or anything, I'm all about getting the rum drinks.
Yeah.
Because that's the good stuff.
Right. So you guys researched and heard that Rum Swizzles were big in Bermuda.
Well, that's where it was created.
Okay. That's what I was trying
That's
to
the
remember.
big thing with the rum swizzle for Bermuda. Just like the pina colada was created in Puerto Rico, they say.
Okay.
That's their claim to fame. This one bar in Puerto Rico, in Old Town, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
San Juan.
Yeah.
Can't
So-
remember the damn name of it, but
Right. It'll come to you.
yeah.
So this began the journey of finding the best rum swizzle. And I don't remember whether we tried one on the ship first or if we just ventured out, because this cruise docked in Bermuda for 3 days. So it was kind of cool. We'd never done that before. You stay on island for 3 days. Then you get to go out and about, and you literally could stay out all night if you wanted to, because you didn't have to get back to the ship until the day it was leaving. We didn't do that for posterity. But we did go out in search of the best rum swizzle. So we just in the main area where the ship docked, it's not a straw market, but there was a pirate ship, and they were doing rum swizzles, and I remember we tried that, and they were okay. It wasn't
Yeah,
anything.
those were a little pineapple-y.
Yeah. And they had a little pirate's plank you could jump off into the water.
Which I did.
Yep, you did. And other people were doing that. So it was a cute little gimmicky thing right off the
Yeah. One
boat.
drink there, though. It was expensive. It wasn't that good. So we're like,
Yeah.
but we had to try it. It was a rum swizzle.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Kathy and I shared one. That's what I remember.
I think, yeah.
And then Chris decided to take us on a 10-mile hike through Bermuda.
It gets longer and longer every time he tells this story. The damn island's only 2 miles long.
So we start to walk, and we're curious. We're like, hey, let's just there's enough of us, and hopefully they're friendly and we don't get murdered.
And they were extremely friendly.
They were
The
very
locals.
Yes, they were. They were extremely friendly. So we started our walk, and there was sidewalk, and you can make your way through. And was this the?
All was going well.
All was going well, until the roads, the sidewalk stopped.
Sidewalk.
So you got this little narrow road, and there wasn't a whole lot of traffic because you're in a port and stuff. There was not a lot of coming and going other than the bus transportations and the taxis. So we're walking down, and I swear the road was getting narrower and narrower. And we're walking on the same side of the street, and I believe, do they drive on the right or the left?
They're like England. They
They're
drive
like
on the wrong
England.
side of the
Yeah.
road.
So
They drive on the left side.
And we happened to be the side we were walking down. And I swear to God, this motorcyclist nearly clipped me as he went by me. I mean, it was like, whoa! I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to die. And we're walking, and it's, I don't know, probably the first mile, we're like, there's nothing out here. Everything's closed. And it's only like, 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, we started off right off.
Yeah.
And the reason I decided to walk is because the line to get into the shop, get the tokens you needed for the bus, was like forever. Everybody in the ship went there to get tokens for the bus.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I am not spending half the day on my first day in port waiting in line. I said, you guys can do what you want. I said, it's an island. There's one route. So I'm going to follow that. We got to reach something sometime.
Yeah.
So I started walking.
Yep. And we followed. So,
What?
Well, don't skip ahead yet. So we're walking down with probably the first mile. We don't really see anything. We're walking by residential. There's not really anything, but we assume we're eventually going to come upon a town with, amenities and whatnot. We went by this little, I don't remember if it was a shack or it was a restaurant type place.
Yes.
And they had a sign on the road that said drinks and food or whatever. And we could see them. They were kind of getting ready and stuff like that. So we walked over and kind of stood there, looked around, and nobody came out to greet us. Nobody even was paying attention to us. So after like 5-10 minutes, we just said, fuck it, we're leaving. And
no.
Okay.
I was like, well, I'm going to ask him. I want a drink. So I go up to the lady. I was like, can I get a drink? She's like, no, we're closed. I'm like, but
you don't look closed.
That was it. We're closed. All right, guys, because I think you and Kathy were already back outside.
Yeah.
So we went back out. We started again. Now, from about 5 minutes into this journey, Kathy and Jerry were whining about how long this walk was. Now, keep in mind, they saw some of the best scenery. They had all these little coves, little beaches all along the way. It was amazing. And it wasn't that long. I actually mapped it out. It was like 2.1 miles that we walked.
It was like 2 miles or 3 miles, maybe.
But
that's the most.
We come to, now it's almost 11 o'clock.
And we're getting it. Well, and that's what I think we figured out was that place that said they were closed. They just hadn't opened yet. It was like another hour and a half before they were going to open. So we kept walking, and we did come into a town that had sea glass, which was really cool. We ended up finding it. It was right near where we were, and it was sea glass all over the beach and beautiful, and people had done designs and things like that, and you could just walk.
They found it because of my walk.
Exactly. So anyway, Chris, we get into town.
So we go in and we see this place, and it's not even open yet. You can see, but they're in there, and it's Bermuda, so the weather's pretty temperate. So it's open to like the bar and the restaurant area is all open. It's just like a little stone half wall around it.
They had an inside restaurant, but that wasn't open yet. The owner was opening up the kind of like the shack the bar part of it.
So I yell in, I said, hey, you're going to be opening soon. He goes, well, what do you want? I said, we want drinks. He goes, we're open. He goes, let him in. Yep. So we go in, and he took a shine to Trisha. Boy, he was he was all about Trisha. So me and everybody else have to pay for our drinks. Trisha's not paying for her drink, and I don't think Kathy did either
I
because
don't
she
think
jumped on that.
the girls
Right.
didn't pay for their drinks. Just
So-
you and Chuck.
He gave us Rum Swizzles, and they were freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah, they were
They
good.
were so good. So I had another one. I said, that was a long walk, man. I'm thirsty. So we have another. And then he asked us, he goes, you ever have liquor?
I'm so funny you remember the name of it.
Said, nope. I think I'm the only one in the group that does, because every time people are talking about it, they go, what's that?
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah. Something like that, yeah.
So he goes, he gives us these shots of the LaCroix out of it's a store brand.
Yeah. And he brings out like, okay,
you're jumping.
so I'm jumping ahead. Okay, go ahead.
So we all take shots of it, and it's okay. It's a little sweet. It's not bad. He goes, you got to try the homemade stuff. And he pulls out like these Costco mayonnaise jars. You know the giant ones they get from restaurants?
For some reason,
yeah, but it was
see-through.
Yeah, it was opaque. It was like white. And he unscrews it, and he just takes the shot glasses and dips them in with his fingers, pulls it out, and lines them up. Well, those were freaking good. So, umpteen drinks and shots later, this is technically our first place on our Rum Swizzle tour that we hit.
Second,
so,
but yeah.
Well, yeah, the ship, but so everybody's feeling pretty good, and then come to find out, we're like, man, we really don't want to walk all the way back to the port.
Yeah.
He goes, no. He goes, I can exchange your money for coins to get on the bus, because the bus don't take bills of any sort.
No.
It's got to be coins of their currency.
And the bus stop was right down the road from where we were.
So he goes, yeah, go out there, wait, and in 10, 15 minutes, you'll have a bus. And sure as shit, we did. And we got on, went back to the port, got cleaned up. And I think we headed back out again. And this time, since we had coins, we were able to go farther.
Yes.
So we took the bus and we hit
Hamilton.
Yeah, quite a few places.
Yeah.
Including the one that supposedly the Rum Swizzle Inn.
Yeah.
They supposedly invented the Rum Swizzle.
And had the best ones.
Supposedly, yeah. So we had a couple pictures of them amongst the table and some food and stuff. And we tried couple other places. The one down in the dockyard, that was real creepy. It was like a complex. It was like this gate they had to open to let you in, and it was all walled off. It was a little scary. And then the guy had Rum Swizzles, but then he had this other drink, and I forget what he called it, but it was green. He goes, no. Girls drink the Rum Swizzles, he said, but the guys, they drink this. Well, this guy was sketchy looking. I was like, you know what? I don't even want the Rum Swizzle now. I was like, no, we're done. So we ended up leaving because he's like, oh, there's a party tonight. Make sure you come back, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. We ended up going, like you said, to other places, and then finally decided, I don't remember what day it was, we went back there to, and I was just trying to look it up to find out.
The Country Squire Inn.
You remember that too? I was just going to look it up, and we'll have to put that down in one of the little corners there, and as we're talking about it, we can put it in the Country Squire Inn, because I know I have a good picture of their logo and everything.
Yeah, it's a little longer the name, but if you Google Country Squire Inn, actually, because when we went back there, we met one of the fellow shipmates that we had known from the cruise, right. And she was like, "How did you guys find this place?"
Yeah.
We walked here. She's like, really?
Well, she's like a local or something.
So they used to live there, and they have friends on the island. So whenever they cruise back there, they always go and visit and stuff. Yeah. And apparently that's a local hangout, and it's known for their drinks and food and stuff.
Sorry, that's what it is. It's the locals hangout. It's not meant for the tourists and things like that. It's where the locals go to get their drink on and everything.
So we wanted to go back there to make sure it wasn't just our thirst that made us think they were so good.
Yeah.
So I think on the second day we went back there, and no, they were just every bit as good.
Yeah.
But they were busy, and it was closer to night, and they were busy, so they didn't really chit chat at all with us like they did the first time. But
no. I'm not even sure they remembered us,
Probably not.
Yeah. It'd been a couple
The
of days.
kicker would have been if you were able to buy some of their local.
LaCroix, yeah.
Yeah. And bring it
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even think of that.
But that's like the guava berry for St. Martin's.
Yes.
It's kind of just grown on Bermuda or whatever
Right.
so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was definitely a good trip. We have
Oh my
boy,
God.
that day I consumed a lot of rum that day.
Yeah, you did.
But it was hilarious because we get back on the ship now. If you get the same drink every night, they kind of catch on.
Yeah.
So this is second or third night now that we've been on the ship. So I've been drinking the rum all day. And we got back and we were going to dinner and they had my rum and Coke all ready for me on the table. And I was like, holy crap. I don't think I can have another one of these. But I did.
Yep.
Of course.
And she comes back. No, not tonight. Just the water now.
Yeah.
So we hit the Rum Swizzles pretty hard today. She started laughing.
Yeah.
But,
Well, not only do they remember your drinks, because you've never been on a cruise, right, Jonathan?
Yeah.
They remember.
no, thanks for reminding me, fucker.
Hey, I've been trying to get the fucker to go, so don't even go there. I think you'd love it, Jonathan. Especially what's right behind me here. We'd have to bring you food because you wouldn't leave. You'd be there all day. What am I going to have now?
That's what I was doing, especially when it wasn't busy. You got to go early. See, that's the trick.
Yeah.
Go there about 10:30 in the morning. No one's there.
Exactly. But
well, the first day on that cruise with Chuck.
Yeah.
So I started Chuck off right. So we get on the boat at like 10:30. Huh?
It was Super Bowl weekend too, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, on the weekend. Yep. That's Sunday. But so we got on the boat on Saturday, and it's like 10:30, 10:45. Well, the first thing I do is we and Trish and everybody with us went wristbands so that you don't have to show your card everywhere. It's like $5. It gets you into everything, and it tells you that you have the drink package and all that.
Right.
So we go there, and then I get it. So I immediately walk up to the bar with this wristband. I'm like, I'll take my first drink, please. He's like, what do you want? And I ordered some specialty they had in that particular bar. And Trisha's like, you're getting a drink already? Vacation started like 10 minutes ago. You damn right. And so Chuck's like, yeah. So Chuck starts drinking the rum with me. And we're just drinking. Of course, we're going from bar to bar. We're, exploring the ship. It's all new, and this is cool. I'm going in here, getting our drink, going in here, getting our drink. So we end up into this really cool place that night called the Music Box. And it's like a 2-floor bar with they always got live music there. It's awesome. It's just a great atmosphere to go kick back. It's got pool tables in the far back, so if you want to be away from the music and have conversations, you can.
That reminds me of the bar we went to in Canada. I can't remember what that one was.
I don't know.
Metronome or...
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
It was something like that.
But, so I sat there drinking with Chuck till, it was like 10:30. It had been a long day. We were on the road. We had driven, down to Jersey to get on the boat. And so the next morning, we get up and we meet for breakfast. Then we hit the hot tub. So we're in the hot tub, and the guy's coming around with daiquiris. So over here. So I get a daiquiri. Now, the big thing is they say, you want medicine with that? Well, absolutely. I said, is there any other kind? He's laughing, no, man. So he goes, I look at Chuck. I said, Chuck? He goes, no, man. He goes, I can't do that again. He goes, you're a machine. I said, you got to get your money's worth while you're on these. But
did he get the drink package too?
Yeah. Yep. But he took the second day off. He didn't drink much on the second day.
I remember that.
But you got to hydrate in between. You just you don't guzzle it. You just drink it nice, smooth. You have a water.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When you get the drink package, you get everything that's below it, which is your coffee package, your beverage package. So you can get not Perrier, San Pellegrinos, which is your, the bubbly water. You can get soda, coffee, everything.
Well, and this particular ship had a Starbucks, so that was all included. So we'd go to Starbucks every morning.
Yeah. We didn't get that drink package. We got the beverage package, which basically coffee, soda, teas, juice, and the water.
Well, it was funny because I remember Kathy going, she had a plan. She heard people say, if you get the beverage package and you want a drink, just go up and order a shot by itself.
Yes.
And then you could dump it in your drink. Well, the first time she did that, she comes back, well, that ain't make no sense. I said, what are you talking about? She goes, they charged me $10 for the shot. I said, I'll tell you.
They're not stupid.
No. Well, they know what people are going to do.
Yeah, exactly. They've been around enough Chris's, so, you know.
What you talking about?
Yeah, but the music box was really cool because they had that band, Don't Stop Believing, which was a Journey cover band.
Yeah, the Journey cover band.
Oh, my God. They were amazing. They played a few nights, and we'd go and watch them and sit, around. And sometimes, the seating wasn't great because the band was on the first floor and there was limited seating down there, and most of the seating was upstairs.
Right.
And you weren't close enough unless you were sitting around the edge to see them. Right. So you could still enjoy the music and chit chat with people and hang out. But they were a great band. We keeping you up there, Lamar?
I told you. That's why I had a coffee, man.
I'm not far behind you, bud.
Yeah.
I remember that time up in Canada, that 2-story. Actually, it was almost like 3-story because
that was 3 or 4. That was a big one. Well, and I think it was called Metronome.
Yeah.
I think so.
It was a 2-story, but if you needed to go to the bathroom, it was a 3rd floor to get to the bathroom. And they had you and I were drinking pretty good that night too. And that's where they had the breathalyzer outside of the bathroom. So we all tried the breathalyzer and we were all legal. And I turned around, I took 2 steps, and the only thing that saved me from going down the staircase was the heel on my cowboy boot. I'm like, yeah, sober my ass.
I was like, there's no way we're driving. Couldn't figure that one out, but whatever.
Yeah.
I was surprised we could still see straight.
Yeah. Well, that was, you go up there, you get a hotel room that's close by. So everybody's walking, nobody has to drive.
Yeah.
And you just stay in a group.
How many of us shared that one hotel room?
Wow, more than was supposed to be in there.
Oh God!
Yeah. So we had Trisha and Louise go in and get the room for 2. So there was 2 beds, 2 double beds in it, or
2 queens or whatever. Yeah.
And then they came down through the side entrance and held the door open, and 6 more of us went up there. I think we ended up having 8.
I think so, because I know it was you and Trish were in one bed. Louise was there. I have no idea.
Jen was there. You were there. Dave was there, and I was there.
Yeah, Dave and I were on the floor.
Yeah.
Dave and I were on the floor. Jen and
Louise was in the bed.
Were in one bed. You and Trish were in the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a hell of a night.
When was this?
Oh gosh, years ago. It was before I moved to Maryland. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on Tupid Talk. We appreciate you showing up. Hopefully you had a few laughs enjoying some of our mishaps and so forth with that. But future, we're looking at possibly having Cousin Earl on to talk about his previous bands, his drumming, and some childhood stories with him and Jerry growing up. So we look forward to that and possibly a book episode or 2, and we'll go from there. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Bye, Tupid.
Bye, Tupid.
See you, stupids.
Not stupids, it's Tupids.
He's never
great. Now we got to do it all over again.
He was never good at reading.
Jonathan, you look like you could use a...
It doesn't work, Jerry.
Yeah, it does. A Tupid Talk mug. or hat.
I noticed the hat, but I couldn't quite make out what was on it because it keeps half disappearing.
Yeah, it's the logo from Tupa
Yeah.
Talk. Has the same thing you see in the
Nice.
mug. Yeah, Scott got them for me for Christmas. Yeah, he got me a couple of mugs, so I still got to get one to Chris. But
I was gonna
hey,
say,
you got
Chris
me
is
a-
drinking his coffee tonight. That would have been the mug he should have.
exactly. Well, we're gonna have to. I got to get it to him. I mean, we don't. This is when I see him.
Yeah.
Once a
No,
week. This is when I see him.
this is all we got.